Today, we're diving into something pretty amazing, a place where ancient wisdom and modern science seem to collide. We're going to look at how a 1400-year-old text might just hold an incredibly accurate map of the human mind, one that, neuroscience is only just now really starting to chart. It's a huge idea, so let's explore it.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if there was a guide to the most complicated thing in the entire universe? Your brain, written centuries before we even knew what a neuron was. Well, that's the wild idea we're digging into today, looking at the Quran through the lens of cognitive science. Okay, first things first, let's get grounded in the science. We all know our brain isn't just one big blob of gray matter. Nope, it's split into two hemispheres, a left and a right. And believe me, they each see the world in completely, and I mean radically, different ways. So your left brain, that's your detail-oriented master. It's analytical, it loves language, it loves putting things in a neat, linear order. It's the part of you that breaks things down, defines them, and grasps them. But then you've got your right brain. It's all about the big picture. It's holistic, it's intuitive, it thinks in metaphors. It doesn't grasp at things, it connects with them. It understands.
And this, right here, is the key. This isn't just about how you process information like a computer. We're talking about two fundamentally different ways of being, of experiencing reality, of engaging with your life, and, as we're about to see, of reading a sacred text. One way of being defined, and the other one, well, it dwells inside the meaning.
So let's get to the heart of it. How in the world does this brain map actually show up in the Quran? Well, it turns out the text encourages very specific ways of thinking, and the language it uses to describe them is incredibly precise. First up, there's this concept called tadabbur. Now, people often just translate it as reflection, but it's so much deeper than that. It's about seeing what's behind the obvious, kind of like tracing a river all the way back to its hidden spring. This is a classic right brain activity. It's contemplative, it's symbolic, and it's definitely not linear. And then there's tafakkur. This is an active, considered kind of thought. The source material has this brilliant metaphor for it. Imagine picking up a stone and just turning it over and over and over in your hand, looking at every single little facet. That's tafakkur. It really taps into the right brain's ability to hold a whole concept at once, seeing it from all sides. But here's where things get really wild. It's like the Arabic language itself has a secret warning label built into it about these tools for thinking. There's a hidden connection in the very letters of the words we've just been talking about. See, both tadabbur and tafakkur are all about being open, about connection. But what happens when that exact same mental muscle, that ability to think, turns inward on itself? What happens when it gets rigid and just shuts down? Let's look at the root letters for tafakkur, for that active, open-minded thinking. The letters are fa, kaf, and ra. Now watch this. Through this cool linguistic thing called metathesis, where letters get shuffled around, that exact same root can become kaf, fa, ra. And that spells kufr. This is not just a clever word game, it's mirroring a huge psychological shift. So what is kufr? It means to cover something up, to conceal it. It's a willful rejection of truth. So it's not about being ignorant or not knowing something. It's about seeing the truth and actively choosing to cover it, to create this little closed circuit for your mind where no new light can get in. And this is just a brilliant picture of what happens when the left hemisphere goes into overdrive and takes over completely. The left brain loves closed systems. It's addicted to certainty. When it's running the show, it just can't handle mystery or paradox. If it can't slap a label on it and file it away, it just dismisses it. That is the very essence of kufr, a defensive mental shutdown. Okay, so now let's see how this whole internal battle plays out in one of the most famous stories in the Quran. The story of Adam and Iblis, or Satan, can be read as more than just a moral tale. It's like a symbolic play about this exact conflict happening inside our own heads. This is the moment it all goes wrong. Iblis says, "I am better than him." Now, this isn't just basic arrogance. This is the voice of the left brain, loud and clear. It's a statement about hierarchy, about abstract comparison, and it's all based on a fixed me-first identity. The story just lays this conflict out for us with incredible precision. Iblis, made from fire, is the perfect symbol for the consuming, abstract, and dominating side of the left brain. In fact, the source material points out his behavior is a textbook case of neurological narcissism. And Adam, made from clay, he symbolizes the receptive, connected, holistic nature of the right brain.
So what does all this ancient symbolism, this fire and clay stuff, mean for us, right here, right now? Well, it's basically a guide to understanding the dynamics of our own inner world.
Think about it. Fire is volatile, it's consuming, it just asserts itself. That's the ego, right? The left hemisphere's constant drive for control. But clay is totally different. It's receptive, you can shape it. It symbolizes the right brain's humility and its openness. And what's really cool is that the root word for clay in Arabic also has this sense of a tone or a tune, almost suggesting it's literally attuned to a higher frequency. Just like our right brain processes things like rhythm and intuition.
And the practical warning baked into this story is just so profound. Our receptive, intuitive self, our clay, is fragile. If you expose it to the constant burning heat of an arrogant, fiery ego, it just dries up. It cracks. It becomes brittle. Our openness has to be protected.
So what can we actually do with all this? Well, it's about learning to recognize that little voice of the ego, that inner iblis that always insists on being better. It's about actively practicing that right brain skill of tadabbur, always looking for what's deeper. And maybe most importantly, it's about finding that delicate balance between the left brain's need to grasp things and the right brain's amazing ability to simply understand.
Ultimately, this ancient map leaves us with a really modern and deeply personal question. As you go about your day, as you move through your life, which voice is really in the driver's seat? Is it the consuming fire or is it the receptive clay? Which part of your mind is truly shaping your world?